Today I will give argument of why drug testing should be mandatory to receive welfare or government assistance. Millions of people have to pass drug screenings before they can work for a company. Yet, people who are not working for whatever reason can receive welfare and government assistance without a drug screening. I don't know about you, but if I have to be willing to take a drug screening to get a job, then people who receive or will receive government assistance should have to pass drug screenings as well. If you were shelling out billions of dollars each year for other people, wouldn't you want to know that they were worthy? Well, as taxpayers, you are. Every hardworking person that pays taxes is helping to foot the bill for welfare programs. And I am a taxpayer who thinks it's high time there was true welfare reform. I believe the current system is broken and has caused dependency instead of helping people get back on their feet. First, I'll explain why there is a need for this law. States have an obligation to hold those on public assistance accountable for their actions. Receiving a public benefit is a privilege, not a right. The debate on drug testing welfare recipients is simply about the responsible use of tax dollars. Most Americans see the legitimate need for benefit programs for those who are struggling and need to get back on their feet. However, it is fiscally irresponsible for the public monies to subsidize the use of illegal drugs. Taxpayers should not be in the business of funding the lifestyles of those who are addicted to drugs, thereby condoning their illegal behavior. We need to test welfare recipients for drug abuse when there's a reasonable suspicion of drug use. This confronts the addicts with their drug abuse problems so they may quickly receive treatment and become productive members of society again. It is not uncommon for individuals employed in the private sector to be tested for drug use when applying for a job. For business owners, this practice holds employees accountable for their actions, and if they do not pass the drug test, there is a very simple consequence: no job. Similarly, if states like Alabama would choose to drug test those who are on welfare and drug use is found, the consequence should be the same: no further taxpayer assistance. Opponents of drug testing welfare recipients would have you believe that denying benefits to drug users unjustly punishes families and takes monies away from the children. In reality, drug users deny their own children and families healthy lifestyles and positive examples. By looking away when drug use is determined, we're condoning the illegal behavior and missing an opportunity to turn a drug abuser situation around. Instead, we should get drug abusers back on track and prepare them to get and keep jobs when their temporary assistance ends. Taxpayers deserve to know that their hard-earned dollars are used wisely and not funding a drug user's next hit. The fiscal burden of large welfare systems cripples our states and our country. According to Heritage Foundation scholar Robert Rector, the stimulus bill would increase welfare spending close to $800 billion over 10 years. It's about $22,500 for every poor person in the United States, and more than $10,000 for every family paying income taxes. Worst of all, it contains new mechanisms that will virtually ensure welfare spending and caseloads will rise in the future, thereby reducing the number of people on welfare will reduce the financial burden on states in our country. Representative Judd McMillan was quoted in the South Bend Tribune as saying, "I believe everyone wants to help, but I believe some of us differ in how we seek to help. I believe that we must not give we must give hand-ups, not handouts." McMillan also said, "The passage of this bill will be a huge step toward beginning to address entitlement reform and toward helping those who are truly trying to help themselves." Now I will discuss how to solve this problem. We need to implement drug testing for welfare recipients. We can take action to remove a person from the program if they are found to be using drugs. Or, better yet, we can rehab the person to help them become employable and be able to maintain a job. If they don't want to meet these conditions, no further aid. The United States is a land of choices. Let them make a choice. Reform or no assistance. The welfare system should be a temporary means to help someone to get back on their feet, not a lifelong means to support them. Assistance Assistance from welfare should be conditional on finding employment and creating better situations for yourself and your family. So finally, I ask each and every one of you to stand up and be heard. Please contact your state and local government officials and urge them to change the current welfare system. Drug screening must be mandatory condition, and so must employment conditions be set on welfare assistance. This will help to ensure that welfare dollars are spent correctly and that people are not using welfare as a lifelong support mechanism. It will help to ensure that the welfare system is used as it was intended, a temporary means of support. Thank you.